Ali, well done. A good win there, but you had to work for that against John Astley. How did you feel you played?
I feel like I played okay, really. His safety was very good. Obviously, he's been around the tour for a long time, and you know that goes to show on his safety game. And the ball's got to win a little bit scrappy. I managed to score okay in the end. You know, every wins. There's no easy matches, and you know, especially with the best of sevens, it's easy for it to go wrong, really. So I'm delighted to get through.
It's your first outing, I suppose, since the Welsh Open, where it was very disappointing for you to have to pull out. You know, how gutting was that ahead of such a big match against Ronnie O'Sullivan?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I got on a good run because I won the Championship League group the week before. So I lost in the semis, then I won the next group, and then heading to Wales, I really wanted to keep the momentum going. And obviously, I won 4 good matches, beating John Higgins and Mark Allen on the same day. So I have to pull out, you know, was gutting to say the least, because it feels like when you've won 4 matches to get to the quarters, you're down the business end, and them opportunities don't come along perhaps as often as what I'd like, and to have to pull out was I had no choice. So there's no way I could compete, and I was rough to say the least for a few days, but I just hope that doesn't happen to me again.
Yeah, you were saying you were suffering from quite bad migraines, where you say, but that's sort of cleared up now then, has it?
Yeah, it has. I've had a couple. I used to get them when I was younger, 20 years ago, and then I said goodbye to them for about 15 years, but the last sort of 9 months I've had a couple, 2 or 3, and obviously I got one at the wrong time when I was playing Mr. O'Sullivan. So, you know, I'm devastated, but look, it's another tournament this week. I'm still in. It's another match in the bank, so onwards and upwards.
And I know you always relish the big matches and big occasions, and you're set to be playing Ronnie here again this week, and he pulls out, so it seems you're sort of avoiding each other a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I sort of thought that he would pull out, to be honest with you, because obviously he had a long week in Wales, getting to the final, then on the back of it another long week up here in the Players' Championship. So I thought when he got to the final, I thought that might be the case, but at the end of the day, you know, a match is a match, and I've had another match today. I thought a walkover would have been nice if he pulled out, but someone else got drafted in and I had to play them.
And it's been a bit of a theme this week. We've been asking all players about having the Crucible on the horizon and things, and obviously last year was, I'm sure, very disappointing for you to kind of end that long run of qualifying. How motivated are you now to sort of look towards that and make sure you get back on that world's biggest stage?
I'm bang up for it this year. So I'm bang up for it. Last year, I wasn't in the right place going into them qualifiers. I hadn't dealt with the lockdown, you know, being in the bubble at Sheffield, no one watching, you know, not really. When you've been a pro 20 years, that was fairly new now. Now we've got used to it. We're nearly a year down the line now, and this has become the new normal. I hope that it doesn't stay the new normal, but I'm a different animal this year in the leading into the world qualifiers than I was last year, I can assure you.
You know, it must feel great to have that new lease of life and that new perspective, because you know you're starting playing well again, and you had that sort of disappointment in Wales, but it's it's a good time to have that with the biggest event on our tour coming up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, it's another good event this week, best of sevens. You know, the goal was to come here and get a few matches under my belt and go from there. I'm working hard back home. I'm looking forward to the Championship League winners group, because that's 6 matches against top-class opponents, which is perfect paid practice leading up to the World Qualifiers. So I know my game's going to be in good shape, and I'm going to be match sharp.
And another hot topic of conversation this week has been Stephen Hendry's come back last night. I don't know whether you watched. I don't know whether you thought he showed enough to be that he could be someone to try and avoid at those World Qualifiers when they come up.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I thought he done remarkably well. I mean, he played well. He didn't, like you said, he didn't miss any easy balls, and he played probably a lot better than I expected him to. But you know, he still lost 4-1 against a good opponent. But not a top 8 player, you know, no respectfully against Matt Selt, and so that goes to show how far he's off the pace. But having said that, Matt played very, very, very well. He didn't miss a long ball. I don't think he missed anything easy. I think he's pot success. So that's a bit of a silly comment saying the top 8 player, because a top 8 player doesn't play, a top 2 player doesn't play any better than that on that occasion. But it's nice to see Stephen make a 100 break. And it was great to have the buzz of him back on the tour.
Yeah, Stephen sort of admitted after the match, he said that there were positives, but he felt that he wasn't ready to qualify for the Crucible yet. He hoped he would be in a month. How easy is it, do you think, over that shorter period of time, do you think it is to get up to that sort of speed?
I mean, you know, snooker's a funny game because he felt like he scored all right and didn't miss any balls, but he kept leaving long reds out on safeties, leaving the white on the baulk line, and Matt was knocking everyone in. I don't think he missed a long ball. So next time you turn up, your safety's perfect, and you're missing the balls, you know, and so you end up chasing your tail. Then another day, you know, another part of your game's perfect, and then you get baulk colours again, and it's just very hard for it all, like a jigsaw puzzle, for it all to come together. I think a month is, I think it's going to be a tall order for him, but who am I to say? He's won miles more than, you know, I ever have, so you're talking to the wrong person.